John.
Hey
Yes, we're
guys, how's
live.
it going?
Hi, John.
John, how's it going?
Hi, John.
Hey, look at
Hello.
this. There's Sharon and Jackie and
Hello.
Susie and Ethne. Somebody's got some wind noise. Who's doing
I
the
said
wind noise?
that
Please,
somebody had a
Deborah.
lot of wind going.
Yeah, who's got the wind noise thing going
Esther,
on?
I think
Oh, it's
Esther,
probably me. It's
Oh, good
probably
to
me.
see you
Esther's in a
guys.
wind tunnel.
Hello, hello. All right, we're gonna go
Here we
ahead.
go. Is it better now?
Rolling. I've
Yeah.
got I am
Yeah,
just
it was me,
sliding into
sorry.
home base here right at the last possible second. I was helping one of our members get things going, and I am looking for. I got a couple little ideas I'm thinking about sharing with you guys today, but I want to hear what's going on with you. Normally, I get to hear the meeting before the meeting, at least 5 minutes of it. I got like 15 seconds of it today, so I have no
You're late.
idea what's going on in
John,
Blue
can I just
Sky
have-
Land.
John, can you just ask you a quick question?
Yeah,
John,
please come on out here.
all it
Give me
is
some
is
material to talk about.
I've
Yeah.
got an email the other day from Blue Sky, and I think it's 10 sessions with you. Is that every day,
Yeah.
or is it just one of them 10 days?
No, you're experiencing it.
No, I got an email saying I've got 10. I think it's about 10 sessions booked with you from the 29th of June till the 7th of July. Is that every day?
I received one of those as Yeah, I well. had
Yeah,
that.
it renews.
Yeah,
It
me
renews
too.
at the end of the 9 days, meaning it's forever.
Yeah, here's the answer, Adrian. Yeah, yeah, there's your answer. Okay, I have no idea. I don't run the email servers. And Stuart, enlighten us, Stuart. What do you know about this?
I know we got those too, and I guess a lot of people got those. And when we asked about
Yeah, I
them,
got them
I
too.
remember you talking about that maybe a month or so ago, John. And I think, was it Isaac, maybe your assistant or somebody
Right.
that is sending out those emails, and it says you're confirmed for nine sessions of John's Blue Sky Daily Call. And I'm still here. So most.
And it's the same Zoom link, right? Everything's
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah.
They even
Yeah.
started
So
phoning me up
I
to
tried
chase me.
I tried to log into the calls when I first got them, and there was no one there. And I checked with my coach, and she just said, "Yeah, I don't know what that's about. I know we're making some changes. They're making some changes in house, and just ignore them."
Very good.
Also calling
so
as well now.
John,
They've started to
Let's
call.
chalk it up to that. Yes. Was that Ego? Go ahead.
Yes, so I actually received those a while back, and I emailed yourself and customer services, and you responded to say it's actually these daily success calls, to ignore that, because it was at the same time as this call.
There it is.
Yeah, and they're also calling
Zoom
us up
link
as well.
at the same time, then we
Yeah.
can deduce that you're
Yes,
experiencing
exactly.
right now, and that it's
I'll
just
share my
happening,
screen. I'll share my screen and show you what I'm on about. Might be easier.
It's the same. It's the same,
It's the
Adrian.
same
Same as
thing.
everybody else.
Yeah, Adrian is saying what you're doing
It's the
today.
same.
So just ignore it.
That's it. It
Yeah,
says right
yeah.
there.
Don't worry
Event
about
type,
it.
Daily success calls with John L. That's the event type. You see it right there.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just what we do every day now.
Yeah.
Right.
it.
Okay.
Right. Can
Yeah,
I
okay.
ask a question?
Yes, go ahead. And 9 must be
So-
a magical number. Who else has a question?
Okay, I'm just a bit confused about this is Daily Success Call, but what's this Jetstream thing? Are some of you in the AX10 Jetstream? But I'm
Yes.
not. I'm just doing the calls.
Okay, so let's quit Adrian's screen share. Guys,
I wonder what that was.
Whee!
I'm sharing. Okay, was that Caroline?
Yes, I can't see anyone now. What's
There
happening?
she is. Hey, Caroline.
Hi, I can't
All
see
right.
anything. I'm looking at just a black white
Okay,
screen.
so
at the
let's
moment.
cover this. Let's cover
Back to
this real
meeting.
quick because Caroline's got
Yeah.
an excellent question. So there is the Blue Sky Academy course material experience. That is the nuts
Yeah.
and bolts training of how to be
Yeah.
profitable on Amazon, a la Sophie Howard and crew. If you guys got a little background noise, if you can just mute your mics, we'll be good. I want to keep the mics open for now if we can. Then we've got what goes on behind the scenes for people. This is something that's been evolving over some months now, just so you
Yeah.
know, Caroline. So this is not something that's been going on for a long time. But when myself and several other people were asked to come and participate in this group, if we would like to, I looked and I saw this huge opportunity for people to insert the whole personal development aspect as well. So there's nuts and bolts, what we do and how we do it. Then there's who's doing it and why are you doing it? That's where I come in.
Yeah.
Somewhere in between there's this thing called Jetstream, which is a series of short videos that Sophie has prepared to expose people to advanced concepts and strategies that she does with her inner circle group of people, which is sort of like the elite kind of a thing. So it's exposure to that. There's no way to participate in that unless invited, and there's a process for that. Some of our friends here have been through that process and are in the inner circle, which is known as AX10.
Okay.
That being said, they're changing the back end. There's changes happening. I don't have exact answers for why some of you who may have shown up here, and I'm glad you are here in the daily success calls, never got access to that opportunity, that Jetstream opportunity. I will tell you that if you want to force your way into that opportunity, I will gladly accept your email to johnl@knowledgesource.com.au. If the lovely Nina would please post that in the chat.
But just let me stop you, John. I did get something a couple of days ago from my accountability rep that came to me.
Yes. So you've got part of the
So,
Jetstream
but
process.
then I was like, okay, so is this a thing I'm going to have to pay for? I didn't know whether to. I watched the two little videos, one of Sophie and one of you interviewing Sophie, but then, and I filled in my student profile, but I haven't responded to the questions because I was like, I don't know what this is about and whether it is going to be my best next step.
Okay, let's talk about that then. So when we get into the higher levels of experience and participation in this community, certainly there are man hours and overhead and fees involved. Yes.
Yeah.
Jetstream itself, though, is not a paid experience. That is again exposure to some of the things that happen behind the scenes for people who are going to do this as a pro. Understand, Caroline and everyone, that people experience this from different, from their own perspectives. I've seen, in my experience, which is decades now, working with students online, not just here, but throughout, you've got weekenders, you've got part-time people, you've got hardcore professionals, and you've got everything in between, right? Yeah. So to have a cookie cutter program that forces everyone through the same method or at the same gradient doesn't make sense. So what we've got here is not only a self-selection process, but also a staff selection process when it comes to who would most likely benefit from this.
Okay.
And really, I'm here to help you guys make a spectacle of yourself. I know I've said that before, okay, in a good way, of course.
Yeah.
And this is part of the way to do that. It's just availability is extremely limited on that. So I would say if you've got an accountability rep, Caroline and everyone, yes, participate in Jetstream. Yes, fill out the answers to the things.
Okay,
In fact,
cool.
Part of the psychology of that, here's the thing, part of the psychology of that is the balancing of flows. This is something I like to talk about in welcome sessions when I'm offered, the opportunity to speak with new students in a welcome session. So you just showed up on, Planet Blue Sky and you don't know anything, okay? And immediately overwhelmed, confusion, lots of inputs, emails telling you to come to the 9 things. I already came to the 9 things. I don't know, right? So it's easy to get overwhelmed. Okay. Yeah. So one of the ways to avoid weighing yourself down heavier and heavier with psychological baggage or content that you never actually execute is to balance the flows, inflow, outflow, like the tide flows in, the tide flows out. So part of the experience that has been designed by people who design these things is that you get to inflow, right? Here's some ideas, here's some videos, here's Sophie, and now you outflow. Here's your thoughts, right? Say something, tell us, you talk now. This is about you. So, and that is hugely therapeutic and also creates a condition where you start to get into the habit. See, guys, there's a lot of psychology goes into this. You start to create the habit of applying what you learn. You must balance theory with practical application. Very practical. Like say, for example, and I know a lot of you know that my experience is in the mechanical fields, right? I used to be a diesel mechanic back in the 1900s, right? And so I showed up in school, right? Diesel mechanic school. And, lesson 1 was not, all right, everybody go build the engine. No. Lesson 1 was, this is steel. This is made of, carbon and iron, right? Here's aluminum. It's different than steel. Here's why we use these different kinds of metals, right? And then nuts and bolts. And eventually I could build an engine. Okay. So that's all done on a gradient. But if the whole time, here's the thing, think about this as it relates to your Amazon business, guys. the whole time, if we're talking in theory alone, like there's this thing called Amazon. You've never seen Amazon. You've never touched it. You've never bought anything from it. You don't know nothing, but you think the word Amazon, and now you're picturing jungles and vines and piranhas and whatever. Okay. And so you've got a completely false concept of what we're talking about here. Okay. And now we're talking about helium-10. Now you're thinking, oh, so there's, I think it's the first element on the periodic table, helium, maybe 10 helium. I don't know. Right. So if all we did was swim around in theory and never touch the damn machine and press the buttons and pull the levers, just like in diesel college, right? I never got to see an engine. Well, woe is me. Good luck. Right. So I could talk for a year about, and the instructor could, about, here's internal combustion engine theory. Right. And then after a year of a head full of that, he presents me with an engine. And I'm like, what the hell is that? What? Right. So I never hooked up the two. So we've got to, and this is a great topic, by the way, we've got to commingle theory and practical application. Mm-hmm. This is one of the 3 biggest barriers to people actually being able to apply and get what you want, which is the whole point of all this, right? The whole point of this or any education is that you can have an effect with it. Yes, that you can cause something to occur. You cause, not effect, you cause. See that? Most people experience Amazon as the effect. And when we get right down to it, Ralph Emerson called this the law of laws, cause and effect, right? There's over everything else. There's cause and effect. So I just showed up on Amazon. You just shoved the product in my face. I just handed you my credit card. Your cause, I'm effect. Okay? We got to reverse that flow. Now, you've got to produce as much as you consume. In fact, produce more. Produce more. So really long answer, but thank you for the topic.
Thank you for that very full and useful answer, John.
Yeah,
Thank
very
you.
useful.
Oh, my pleasure, you guys. Somebody had an announcement or something. Let's go to announcements. Canada, something going on in Canada. It was a Candy. I'm sorry, Kenneth, I got to mute your microphone.
It was me.
Background noise. Heather, I'm sorry, Heather, go ahead, Heather.
Hi, yeah, just a quick announcement. Just for anybody who's new to our group here, we have started a Canadian group that addresses specifically Canadian issues. We still encourage, total involvement in all the other blue sky things, but we meet for the hour before this call on Thursday mornings, and we have a Facebook group. So if there's anybody from Canada that has recently joined and are on this journey, if you'd like to send me an email, I'll post my email address in the chat. Pick it up and send me one asking to be put on the list, and I'll send you an invite to the meeting, and I'll send you the link to the Facebook group. So I like to make this announcement every once in a while for those people who may have joined and aren't aware of it. That's it. Thank you so much, John, for letting me do my little bit.
Oh, fantastic. You're awesome, Heather. It's always good to see you. And today we have the Friday morning call. I know it's Thursday here on this side of the date line.
Yes.
Does anybody know what time that is? Eastern US or?
It's 5
Okay,
o'clock
so
Eastern.
It's 5:30 for Pacific, it's 6:30 Mountain, and it's 8:30 for Eastern.
Oh, did they change it?
Got wrong. It's
Uh-oh.
4
And it's-
o'clock, 4 o'clock Central, 5 o'clock Eastern.
So Jackie says 5 Eastern.
Yeah,
Heather
it's 5
says
o'clock
5
on my
Eastern.
calendar, and that's usually
Dave
when I
Moore
join.
says
7 o'clock.
8 Eastern. Okay, so I'm thinking that Candy, I'm thinking maybe it's 8 Eastern
10
or
p.m.
5 Eastern.
And it's 10:30 p.m. UK time tonight.
10 p.m. UK time.
Oh,
10
10.
p.m.
Sorry,
Yeah,
10.
it's
not
on
10.
All
the
right, so
hour.
then that's all right. So we've got agreement on that clock then. So it's 10 p.m. UK,
Yes, 10.
5 p.m. New York City, 2
Yeah.
p.m. Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 o'clock.
Okay, very good. There's that.
Okay, for what
4
meeting
o'clock
though?
Eastern.
For what
That's
meeting?
the
That's for Sophie's weekly call.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, John. This was not for Sophie's weekly call. This is for our US call tonight. I'm sorry.
Right.
So
No, I
our
was asking
US
specifically
call,
for Sophie.
yeah, I'm
Right.
sorry.
No worries.
No
No
problem.
worries.
US call tonight.
All right, so everybody's got that now. We all know who to be, where, and what to do, and all that. All right, good. What else you guys want to talk about? Koila's got her hand up. Hi, Koila.
Hi, I just wanted to say something about the Jetstream thing. That I can't remember the lady's name. Terribly sorry. Caroline, was it?
Mm-hmm.
It is just hugely helpful. I found it hugely helpful. Just the whole thinking about it and having to write it down took a long time. Took a lot of effort, but it just taught me such a lot. So I would say it's really, really worth doing, whether you intend to go further or not.
Mm-hmm.
Which was that the student profile that you're talking about, or the answering the questions on the videos? Okay.
You get videos, and you have to answer questions each time. And
Okay.
Progressively more kind of searchy.
Okay, that sounds great.
Well, yes, which
Digging
means
deeper.
you've got to be looking at stuff inside you, really.
Okay.
And it just was very, very helpful. I found it very helpful.
Thank you.
All the while thinking, goodness me, this is taking a long time.
Okay, well, I will crack on. I will not dally any longer on that.
Fantastic. Thank you, Koila, and good choice, Caroline. Very good.
Thank you.
You know what? We're just gonna have random topics today, which I think is fun. Let's go to Adrian next. Hello, Adrian. Where are you, sir? Adrian. Okay, Adrian. He muted. He unmuted. Adrian. Come on, brother. You were unmuted, and now you're muted again. Or I'm going to go to the next person.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Very good.
Okay. I came across something really interesting today, searching for product research. And it's worth, if you've got a bit of time, it's worth doing. If you type into the Amazon search, whether it's America or UK, and put a minus sign and any character you want for about 8 characters long, it lists hundreds of different products. And if you can take time, go through the pages. I've done that, and I've just found 6 new products, which I didn't even know I was looking for. And it's just a minus, and all the digits, all the minus, and then some letters, and then it brings up, say, 2 million products on 400 pages. And go through each page one at a time, and you'd be unbelievable what products you didn't think were selling on there. It's just if you got time for searching for products.
So can you
And that's what I did
reiterate
today.
that? Was it Amazon on what?
Adrian, you're muted again.
Sorry. No,
if
if you go into Amazon, whether it's amazon.co.uk or amazon.com, and put a minus sign and any digits you want for about 10 digits long, it'll bring up 2 million products, but there's only 400 pages. Go through every single page one at a time, and you'll pick up some products you didn't even know what was selling on there, and the little niches. That's what I did today.
So just go on Amazon and start paging through the first.
I'll share my screen. And explain it better. If that's okay. Yeah.
I think everyone would appreciate a screen share. We had people getting dressed in your background there and everything, or failing to get dressed. Not sure.
Right. Okay. Share machine.
There it is. Here we go.
Now, can you see my screen? Amazon.
Here it comes. Yes.
Yeah,
I
can you
see
see
your
the Amazon
desktop right now. Yes, I see your desktop.
Right. Can you see it now?
I see. Yes, I see your browser. There it is.
Right. So if you type in minus and anything you want to, like that, and go search, it'll bring up like 2 million products. But if you go through every single, you can choose which category you want to look under. So you can choose any of the categories, like, well, a lot of people do gardening outdoors. And it goes through and if you've got time to go through every product and every page, I think got to a page 100, and I found 4 products, which were only 256 people doing it, products on there, and there was thousands of pounds getting swapped. It's just something to do. I found this today, and it was really, really interesting.
Wow.
Very cool. For sharing it.
So just kind of like throwing darts at a dartboard.
Yeah. But you need to put the minus in, though. You have to put the minus in and the random letters, and it brings up, and then choose your category, and it'll bring up things what you didn't even know was selling. So I hope that helps.
Yeah, that's something. Wow. Thank you, Adrian. So minus and then whatever gibberish, and then you get to discover I guess, popular products in a variety of categories.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
And you just lose the helium to look at the product, see what it's selling, and if it's worth selling, go for it. But I found 4 products which I didn't even know existed, and there was only 250 to 500 products competing, and half of them weren't even on the page. They were just random pictures. But then you go to helium, look at it, and there's thousands of pounds of money exchanging with that product. It's just something to do, something to check out. It's really interesting.
There you go. Very good. Let's go to, thank you again. Let's go to Leah. Where's Leah?
Okay, here I am.
There she is.
So I have a whole list of products that I think are pretty viable and that I'm looking at. I've got ideas for point of difference. My real problem now is sourcing, because for one thing, some of them I know India would be a great choice, but with what's going on right now with COVID-19 in India, it makes me really nervous. And there are some other things I'm looking at that I know they're made in certain countries and I can't find suppliers. I mean, it's just.
Lee,
What's your
Lee,
consideration about India?
did you get my email that I sent out from India? That all these suppliers that had contracts to like TJ Maxx and Walmart, and they all got canceled. So this one lady, Megala, she put together this fabulous thing from India.
Oh, who does a sourcing trip?
It was a sourcing trip the other night. We went on virtually, and we got to see all the products. We got to see the products, and she told us about it. And this one lady is head of it, and she's going to go into the factory, check out your product, and see that, inspect it for you. She's going to ship it for you right to FBA. She's going to do everything for you, but pay for it. That's the only thing you got to do. And it goes right to FBA.
Yeah, but I'm also worried about whether or not the factories are going to be able
No,
to
she
keep
goes
producing.
in. That's her job. She goes in. And this is a once in a lifetime, because she's combining all the shipment into one, coming out of all these different factories. So you're never going to get this again. If you want to source out of India again, you're going to have to pay the whole full container yourself.
So can you send me that again? I mean, I only saw the bit about the sourcing trip that she did. I didn't know there
I'm
was
going
more.
to put my email in here, and you can email me, because I'm not totally sure what
Okay.
your email is.
That sounds like a viable solution. Thank you.
Thank
Candy,
you.
and thank you for bringing that up, Leah. I will tell you that there are other countries looking at America right now and saying, "Oh, we're not so sure about America." Right? I've been waiting two months.
Totally.
Yeah, I've been waiting 2 months for a license plate. So, and then I got, an email from the Motor Vehicles Division, Department of Transportation, saying, due to COVID and blah, 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 here's the delays. And just know that if you get pulled over by law enforcement, that your documents will suffice, that everything's in the system. We just haven't been able to get you your license plate. So, okay. So there's that. So anyway, yeah, 2020 has been an interesting year so far, guys. And some of you, most of you here, were sort of born into e-commerce during this very interesting time. I would imagine it's not unlike, metaphorically speaking, of course, not unlike, children that are born in war zones or something. Okay, but we have a bit more cheer going on. I think we do, at least here in this group. And yeah, there's a lot of opportunity. What did Napoleon Hill say? With every crisis comes the seed of an equal or greater opportunity. So there's that. Thank you, Leah, and thank you, Candy, for assisting. We're going to go to Galaxy S9, who's got their hand up for a while. Galaxy S9. Hi, Galaxy.
Hello, it's Jeffrey.
Hey, there he is,
think-
looking
yeah,
slick in your convertible.
Fantastic. Okay. But I want to speak to the X10 thing. AX10. Okay. I'm not promoting. And I'm still in the weaning phase. I haven't, but I was curious about the price or what it was all about. So I did go online. And again, the way that I look at it is, if we want to do really good in this business, it's probably an opportunity, the mentorship and what it's offering. If we're thinking long term, what it should pay itself. But if anyone's interested, I happen to find a source called Orange Click. Orange KLIK, I believe. And it was an interview with Sophie, I think it was in 2006, but it talked all about this whole AX10 program, what it's all about and what are the benefits and disadvantages of it.
And it's nothing like that anymore. So that's completely.
It's not, but it's still up. Oh, it's probably different, but it gives you a good
very,
idea.
very, very different. Yes.
So it's better now. Because I don't know yet. I haven't got to the point of speaking to you yet, John.
You need to get with your accountability rep. I would say nobody needs to spend time on that, whatever that thing was. I wouldn't rely on third-party data. The only way in to Sophie's inner circle is through the Jetstream process. So, yeah. So,
Yeah, because I think that they were actually interviewing Sophie.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, Sophie likes to do interviews. I got some interviews with her in the Jetstream process. That's
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't mean to shut the whole thing down, but false data or old data is definitely problematic. So
okay, that's understood. Yeah, okay, that's
cool.
Right.
You're looking slick, brother. Look at you. You got the top down, man.
Yeah, just I was going to go home, but I was on the road, so I had to hook it up on my cell phone. It's my first time, so here I am. Okay?
Yeah, sign me up, man. Looks good.
Yeah.
I got to get on my motorcycle. You know what, guys? I went to jump on the hog. I was at yesterday, and the battery was dead, and so I had to go get a battery. And I looked on Amazon, and I could have gotten it the next day, but I got a auto parts store like 2 blocks from my house, so I just walked there and got a battery. But yeah, man, you got me wanting to go take a ride. So good stuff. Good to see you, Jeffrey.
Not bad. Yeah, nice to see you too. Hello, everyone. Yeah.
All right, let's go to Debbie and then Wayne and then Jackie. Hey, Debbie.
You see me?
I can.
Okay. Hi, I've been listening for almost 4 weeks now, and I'm just not very keen on projecting. So I was stuck and losing momentum and becoming disillusioned and depressed, or not depressed, anxious. And I reached out to Mark Norcol, and I know his real name isn't that, but he's Mark Norcol, North California.
Yeah.
And I asked him if he would take a few minutes to talk with me, and he did. And he responded right away. And that was my little tiny step that I needed to get back on track. And we talked a couple nights ago, and he's just the nicest man. And he's on this call, and he's always on, and I know you know him, and everybody probably does. And he helped get me back on track. And I told him that I don't like to project, and he challenged me. And so I thought, okay, I'll take the challenge, and I will let everybody know how much I appreciate him and how much he did for me. And I wanted to thank him. And also, thank you. Wonderful man. And that was really my message. But one thing we kind of had fun with is we got a little bit on our personal lives, a little bit. I live in Florida, and we were talking about traveling, and I said, Mark said, wouldn't it be kind of cool if we put together, once this COVID thing dies down, we put together a cruise with all of us, and we go and have a blast on one of these cruise trips. So I said, yeah, let's put that all on our vision board. So, but I wanted to take that challenge from Mark and project myself and thank him. And how powerful it is to reach out and help each other. Because I had been researching and listening, and just a couple little questions I could not find the answers to. And he got me right on the track on one call. And it was just, I can't thank him enough. So.
Well, fantastic. Thank you for sharing, Debbie. And well done, Mark Riggle. His last name is Riggle. Yeah, Mark, we all love you. Mark's getting a lot of love in the chat roll here as well. So hooray for Mark, and hooray for you, Debbie. So glad you're here. So let's go to Wayne next, and then Jackie, and then Evelyn. Hey, Wayne.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I guess talking about Jetstream and that sort of thing, I was thinking about some other courses that I've done in the past where they sort of show you the vehicle. But I think what's really wonderful about this program, particularly Jetstream, is they show you how to operate the vehicle. And, this whole mindset thing, and a lot of it, this is kind of, I come from the airline industry. I think I've said that before, where airmanship and training are a constant thing. And I think what we're learning here, this success stuff, is the airmanship side of the business. Is teaching us how to be good pilots, so to speak, in the Amazon business. So really grateful for that. I think it's a great program, and recommend that anybody who's seeing it or wondering what it is, that Jetstream is definitely worth going through.
Mhm. Thank you. Thank you for your perspective. And Wayne, you've got some experience with all this stuff too. So really, really thank you for sharing. I'm seeing somebody, Adrian is saying I can get a trickle charger. Yes, Adrian, I've got a trickle charger, and I had one on a 6-year-old battery. So that was the end of that. So yeah, the battery had to get replaced. Let's go to Jackie. What's going on there, Jackie? Where is she? Jackie Gendron?
Is it Jackie or Jackie Gendlin?
Jackie Gendron has her hand up here. Oh, you can talk too. Oh, here we go. We have dueling Jackies now.
Here I am. I just wanted to say, when you were talking about with the COVID, that good things come out of it, and Sophie was saying the other week that e-commerce has jumped 6 years ahead of where people thought it would be, because of everyone who was jumping on e-commerce while we had this epidemic. So that right there is something that I don't think anybody expected to happen in a short amount of time.
Right, because the marketplace evolved faster.
Yeah.
With that whole opportunity. So good perspective there, Jackie. Always good to hear from you. Did the other Jackie have a comment? And it was like 5 Jackies.
Yeah, I just joined maybe about a month now, and just trying to get through all the training. What I love about these everyday meetings is just kind of the mindset. Just reminder to keep positive, to keep at it. And I love how it's so diverse. I also love what all that diversity means as far as products. Everybody's going to bring in a different perspective. So it's really cool.
Awesome. So glad you're here, Jackie. Welcome. That's Jackie, everybody. We need more Jackies around here. Let's go to Evelyn, and then Mandy, and then Christina. Evelyn, you've got the floor. Evelyn? Oh, we're having microphone delays. Yeah, there she is.
So going back to what Jackie was just saying about mindset, I have received from Ted from the Jetstream one of the videos from Jim Rohn. And I love the fact that he said, you cannot change the seasons, but you can change yourself. That really touched me, because we all go through so many different stages, right, in life. And there's another saying also, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So I have grown so much with you. And you can see it through the group, all of us, right? That were here, those that started with you a couple months back, and those that are new joining in. And to me, buying the Amazon thing, the Blue Sky was awesome. Yay, Amazon retail. But when I found out about you, I was like, are you kidding me? You're a gift. Because I've always believed in personal development. I have my books, I always read. I knew it was so important to educate yourself, to teach your brain on what you want and go for it. And then life happens, right? The seasons happen. And if you're not ready for the next season, then what happens, right? So I know that you today started, pretty much kind of late, not usual for you, but I think that this will bring us probably back to what you feed us every day. And we're so thankful for. And it's that motivation to understand that there is different seasons, and we gotta be ready for each one of those seasons, and keep on going, keep on moving forward.
Evelyn, thank you. Thank you for sharing, and for everyone in the chat as well. Thank you. This is like a labor of love around here. So really so glad you're here, my friend.
And we love you.
Thank
we
you.
love you. You give
All
so
right.
much to us. So
Wow. Wow, what an interesting non-topic topic we're having here today. This is pretty cool, huh? So we got a few more hands up. We'll take them, and then it's just basically a free for all. We're gonna go Mandy, then Christina, then Anita, and Lane. Mandy, please, you've got the floor.
Hello.
There she is.
Hi, hello everybody. Being typically British, I'm not that great at the emotional side, but I just wanted to say that I've been here for 4 weeks now, and I do love this group, and I think it's brilliant. And coming here, I won't miss it. I definitely want to be here. And 2 things came to me from Amazon this week, and I thought straight away the group can have these, big to do with these. And one of them was an Amazon, a whole new process about how you did Amazon verification, because I know that people are finding that difficult. There's a link on that, so I can post that in a minute. And the other thing was a whole guide that I found on the Amazon Seller Central dashboard, which has got a whole thing about when you need to register for VAT in all the European countries and all the VAT rates for that. I can't share that because it's in my Google Drive, but I could possibly put it into the files on the Facebook if I go and work out how to do that. Would that be a good place to post that?
Probably not the Facebook group, which is a bit can be noisy. Okay, but if you've got a link that you can post here in the chat, I do post the chat archive to the YouTube description. So let's say, for example, anyone who's watching this on YouTube as a recording, if you're on YouTube Live right now, you're not seeing anything in the description. But when we're done, I will post the link to the chat archive.
Okay, I'll try and do it so that everybody has access to it because it's in my Google Drive. I'll try and do it somehow and then put the link down here, but I just wanted to share something back with the group because it has been brilliant, and thank you everybody, and I hope to say a bit more. Not so scared. Okay, thank you.
Right, very good. Couple questions in the chat. Rena, you need to contact me directly. Okay, John L at knowledgesource.com.au, and we can get together. John L at knowledgesource.com.au. Thank you, Nina. Who else has a question here? How do we find the chat archive? So Andrea, and then we're going to go to Christina next. So Christina, if you can get your mic running. But let's say you're on YouTube and you're looking at the video of today or any of our episodes, right? And you just look down in the description, right? I usually have a little blurb about what the topic was, which I'm not sure what I'm going to write today, but there's the topic, and then it says chat archive here. And then there's a link to the text file. It's just a little, text file, 14 kilobytes or whatever. And you get to see everything that's being written right now in Zoom, okay, including links. The only thing you can't see is file transfers. If somebody drops a PDF or something, they grab that PDF, that doesn't show up because it's not actually text, right? So strictly a text file. I hope that helps. Christina's got the floor. Hello, Christina.
Oh, sorry. I was just taking notes. Hi, everybody. Hi, John. I just want to touch base again on what we've been discussing about the AX10 and, starting off on this journey with Blue Sky. Just, I don't know, something about what Michaela was saying is the confusion of the beginning. It's the many emails and all the information, like you said, John, coming at you from all sides. I haven't been long here. I've started only on, I think the 4th of June was my first, one of my first meetings with you guys. So what I would say is just try, I can't get the words out. Just try to go through the Jetstream videos. In the beginning, it's little videos, but it gives you a lot of pointers. It gives you a lot of work that you need to do on yourself to help you go through this journey, to help you turn inwards and see how you can do this. And take your time with it, write it down, build yourself with it, because it's worth it. At the end, Jetstream is just a parallel path to the one that you've already chosen. Which might give you really, really good options at the end. If you can take them, go for it. It is a really, really good project. And that project is you. because what you build with that, what you start believing, what you open your eyes to with it. I'm putting this really in a philosophical way, but that's what happened to me. It really gave me a perspective of myself and how strong I am to deal with whatever's going to come your way, because we all know this is going to be a roller coaster. But you get to a point where you're so focused and you begin to trust yourself in a way. I mean, I'm 48 years old and I've never felt this way in my life. Now, I do have other parts of me that I'm working on, and aside from the academy, but follow it. It doesn't hurt you. And at the end, your decision will be whatever it will be. It just gives you options. It doesn't take it from you, it gives you. And as far as us being worried about, ordering supplies and everything, I'm not in that stage yet. But what I keep saying to myself is that whether we are still in the pandemic or we're getting out of the pandemic, one thing is for sure, the world is adapting and adjusting. We just need to go with it and believe that by the time each and every one of us get to that stage, there will be a solution. Regardless, there will always be a solution. So thank you, guys.
Thank you, Christina. Thank you for your perspectives, and just watching, as was said by Evelyn was mentioning, the evolution that I get to witness, just observing each person's progress. It's really a beautiful thing. Thank you for being here. We're going to wrap up with Anita and Lane, unless there's any burning desires. Go ahead, Anita and Lane, you've got the floor.
Thank you, John. Hi,
Hey.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Good stuff. Yeah, I changed my name because I think actually it's both of us, so I think I'll put Anita's name or not just mine on there. Yeah, I actually concur with a couple of speakers from before, just talking about getting involved with these calls, and then even just to bolt on, the recommended readings. Miracle Mornings, which, there's a lot packed into that. But I think when you put them all together, it's really about this change of trajectory. So you're changing your mindset, but then you're building new and very good habits. I don't know how this is monitored. I don't know if anyone's, it's a lot of people on here, so I don't know if anyone's not seen my face for a few days, but did I miss it? Yeah, I did miss it. Just actual manual labor, a property of mine that I have to do, and it's like and then even with that, now I'm thinking to myself, okay, so how can I do that where I can just put the headphones on and just have it going in the background, even though it was a noisy thing and I thought I'm not going to hear anything, but even that I'm at a point where I'm just like, it's a good habit, and all of the different facets of this all bolted together makes for us an efficient machine, like all these mini business. Every screen here is a mini entity of business, and what John is driving here, along with the books and us doing our own work, whether it be the personal work with the books or other features, all of that goes towards a new trajectory. And I think what was it that Christina just said, oh yeah, I'm 48 years old. I'm going to be 51 at the end of the month. And I've never felt like this before, usual Brit, we're all a bit, everything's a bit dubious, and yeah, this is all a bit airy fairy and, fuzzy wuzzy, but it's just like, no, it's not, and, whether it's, for me being a man of faith, I know about that, and that's a big part of my life, but still, we do have this tendency to be like a bit suspicious of this and that, and like I said, it wasn't me that found this. It was my wife, who's 10 times more suspicious than I am, and she was just like, this looks like the real deal right here, babe. Come and check this out. And it's life changing for all of those who feel a bit overwhelmed. That should be normal, and I think we need to get uncomfortable with that. There's certain things going on, as we can see in the world right now, or just here domestically in the US. There's certain things that are very uncomfortable to see, and a lot of people are talking about that, and that's really good as well. I see a lot of different colored faces on here, which is fantastic, and You know, I've got other Zooms where we get to talk about all this stuff as well. But we're bettering ourselves personally and professionally, and with our business. And you know, I don't think there's lots of different things that I've done. There's not been a better platform than this. And even with some of the other stuff that I'm seeing on the business side and the people the calls that I'm getting to just get those things set up, it is so efficient. So don't worry about being uncomfortable. That just comes with it. And it's really just riding, you know, okay, I'm uncomfortable for now, but this is part of it. And every other screen on here, everyone was uncomfortable at some stage, but they got through it. So it's kind of just weathering that uncomfortable storm while still absorbing information, and everyone sharing their ideas. And, you know, Adrian, you know, showing the ideas with the labels, all these things, and even the searches, all of these things, just keep letting it all soak in. And at a certain point, you know, you reach a point where you're like, okay, I can now swim. And, you know, we'll get there. We'll get there. Thanks for letting me speak.
Thank you, my friend. So good to see you. So glad you're here. And you know what? Manual labor can be therapeutic, right? I know.
It really is. It really is. At the end of it, I was just kind of like, oh, yeah, I did that. Yeah. I did that.
Good stuff. All right, guys. So we're going to wrap up. If there's any burning desires, please come on out and share. Burning desires, something you got to say, or you're just going to spontaneously combust.
Yes,
just come on out,
please.
Yes, we don't want Ethne to combust. Go ahead, Ethne.
You know, a lot of people have been talking about focus, and this is just something I've taken up a challenge of reading one chapter of Proverbs per day. And Solomon was one of the wisest men. And this is just something that I found. It's a new Passion Bible, which is not the old-fashioned English, so we can all understand it. But it's called, this part is called Watch Where You're Going. It says, set your gaze on the path before you with fixed purpose, looking straight ahead. Ignore life's distractions and watch where you're going. Stick to the path of truth, and the road will be safe and smooth before you. Don't allow yourselves to be sidetracked even for a moment, or take the detour that leads to darkness. And I thought, that's a good description. Stick to the path where we're going. Ignore the distractions. Just keep looking, keep going, keep doing what you have to do, and you'll get there.
Thank you, Ethne. And thank you, Solomon. Good words right there. Very good. All right. Anybody else before we wrap up today? I see Jonathan Reynolds has his hand up. Hey, Jonathan.
Hi, John. Hi, everybody. Just a really quick one, John. One of the books that you recommend, The Cash Flow Quadrant, Robert Kiyosaki. Obviously, having read nearly all of it, it inspires, you know, what the progression. I mean, one of the things that he inspires is to get a proper financial education. Obviously, he's got a whole host of other books. He's got a board game, and he's got a sort of course program of his own. Do you know anything about any of the rest of the books, the board game, the programs that he runs, and their reputation, and you know how you go forward, having been inspired by that book?
Board games are great. I've had the board game for some time, and the kids love playing it. You have you win to be a millionaire, and it's just great family fun and great teaching. I'd recommend it if you've got kids, teenage kids, even smaller kids.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, that's great.
There you go. There's your answer. Thank you very much. And are we done? Are we good? Everyone's good? All right, my friends. We'll be back here tomorrow for Fun Friday. Bring a pet and a joke, and I'll see you guys here. All right.
USA
Bye,
tonight.
John.
Bye, John. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.